वेदान्तदेशिकेन्द्रमहं प्रपद्ये श्रीमते श्रीपञ्चगोपस्य वेदान्तदेशिकेन्द्रमः देशिकाय नमः। हरिः ओम्। रामानुजतया पत्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयमुनमच्युतां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां योनिच्यमुच्यतां विजयस्मरुत्मा व्यामोहतस्तुतितरां तनायमेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतो श्रीदेवसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। मातापिता विजयस्तनयाभूतिः सर्वं विदेविनिमेवधन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य प्रपदे गुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदेवमुद्भूतं शशिदासे भद्रवधः श्रीभक्तसारवशीघ्रविवाहान् भक्ताङ्ग्रेण प्रकारिजमिषान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमलं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। भगवदाज्ञा श्रीमन्नारायणतीर्थं श्रीपादुका सहस्र पारायणं करिष्ये। संत श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किकेसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। संत श्रीरंगपृथ्वीश चरणत्रणशेखरः जयन्ती भुवनत्रण फलपङ्कजरेणवः। भरताय परं भरताय परं नमोऽस्तु तस्मै प्रथमोदाहरणाय भक्तिभाज यदुपज्ञम् अशेषतः पृथिव्यां प्रथितो राघव पादुका प्रभावः। नरेन्द्र one second. Okay. అక్కడ పెట్టాను, అక్కడ ఉంది మైక్రోవేవ్ దగ్గర. We are doing now the Paduka Sahasram, the 4th chapter called Samarpana Paddhati. Emma, you have any questions from here?
Swamiji, last week we completed 4.10, Swamiji.
Right. You have any questions, Emma? Emma, anyone of you any questions, Emma? No questions? We did 10, Emma. I thought we did only 5.
No, Swamiji, 10, Swamiji. Okay. Already I updated in the sheet, Swamiji. That's why.
Okay, very good.
Every day I updated it. That's why I know, Swamiji.
Narayana. Okay, ma. Thank you, ma. Emma, any questions, Emma? Uma, long time, Emma, you have joined.
Narayan, Swami.
Baunara, ma.
Baunna, Swami.
Life gets busy.
Sorry, Swami.
And we get carried away. Emma, any questions, Emma? Narayana. The 11th verse in the Samarpana Paddhati. Vakye gariyasi pitur vihitepi atrupcha matuhu manoradha sesham avandhyayishyan manye tada raghupatihi bharatasya tene मातः त्वयैव मणि मौलि निवेश लक्ष्मी. Mahatma Vedanta Deshika keeps on emphasizing on only one thing: Paratantriyam, Paratantriyam, Paratantriyam. One more time, the same concept of Paratantriyam is brought out by Mahatma Deshika. Vakye gariyashi pituhu vihite api atruptya. हे पादुका देवी, मन्ये तदा रघुपतिः भरताय तेने. When Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra decided to come to the forest, you know the only one thing that is there in his mind? Paratantriyam and Paratantriyam. Paratantriyam and Paratantriyam. What he is saying, this is an order from my father. I must obey it. I have no choice. This is an order from my mother. He never called Kaikeyi as auntie or something. He called mother. When Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra decided to go to the forest for 14 years, Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra, he may be Bhagavan, but still he is there as a human being in Nararupa. He just obeyed the orders of his father. Even though they are words, for ordinary people, his father said. But for Rama, it is a command. Why we have to obey our parents? Because of them, we got this body. And by making Bharata accept his padukas on his head, he made Mother Kaikeyi's wish also fulfilled through you, making Bharata's head shine with the glitter of a gems-studded crown, Kiritam. What does it mean? What did Kaikeyi want? She wanted Rama to go to the forest and Bharata to be the king. So if Bharata becomes the king, he will have a kiritam, diamonds-studded gold kiritam on his head. But what did Rama do? He gave the padukas to Bharata, and Bharata kept the padukas on his head and left the forest. So at that point of time, what is Mother Kaikeyi's wish? She wanted to see a great kiritam on his head. But what happened? Instead of this kiritam of a Maharaja, he got the kiritam called the padukas because that is also diamonds studded. So Rama fulfilled both the wishes of his father and mother, accepting the word of the father, coming to the forest, giving the padukas and making Bharata keep the padukas on his head. Kaikeyi's wish of Bharata having a kiritam on his head is also fulfilled. You may say, is it equal to Bharata becoming the king? It is more than becoming a king. It is more than becoming a king. How can you say it is more than becoming a king? If Bharata gets the Pattabhishekam and sits on the throne with a gold kiritam, diamonds studded gold kiritam, he will be only the king of just one country, Bharat. By accepting the padukas of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra directly from Bhagavan and keeping them on their head, he became the king of all Bhagavatas. How to show Paratantriyam? That is what exactly Mahatma Deshika is trying to convey. Same thing. I don't want to pick on anybody, but generally, as parents, you generally wish, oh, my son should be happy, my daughter should be happy. Then you go one step further. I wish my son becomes a doctor, engineer, lawyer, big businessman like that. I wish my son flourishes in life. Then you pray, my son should have children, I should enjoy grandchildren, etc. Good. These are all desires that are not against dharma. Okay. But what Mahatma Deshika says is, by becoming a doctor, engineer, lawyer, etc., or a big businessman, or a multi-millionaire, Your son becomes just one among the many, lawyers, engineers, doctors, or millionaires. If you are a real loving father or mother, why don't you pray your child to be like Bharata? Why don't you pray your child to be like Prahlada, Dhruva, Mirabai, so that they become one in a million? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. And Bharata has shown us the way. Rejecting the kingdom that was there offered to him without any effort. Bharata did not do anything to have the kingdom. Kaikeyi asked for it and got it. But even that great kingdom he got, Bharata rejected and gladly accepted the Padukas of Bhagavan on his head and became the king of all Bhagavatas. So the choice is yours. What you want your child to be. Paratantram is the greatest thing that you can think of. Now coming to the way Paratantram Mahatma Deshika gives us. Just 1 second, Amma. Somebody is calling me. Yeah, can I help you?
சுவாமி நாங்க அகிலா விஜய் அப்படின்னு நாங்க
தெரியும் சொல்லுங்க.
நாங்க இன்னைக்கு திருக்கல்யாணம் பண்ண முடியுமா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்டதான் நாங்க லட்சுமி நரசிம்மருக்கு பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சோம்.
ஒரு நிமிஷம் மேல கூப்பிட்டு உங்களுக்கு என்ன ப்ரோக்ராம் ப்ரீஸ்ட் கூப்பிடுங்க. நீங்க டெம்பிள் நம்பர் டயல் பண்ணி எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் 101 பிரஸ் பண்ணுங்க.
101. ஓகே சுவாமி, நான் பண்றேன் இப்போ.
Now in the next verse, Mahatma Deshika says, Padam Bujavani, Padam Bujangulita, Padam Buja Advigalita, Paramasya Pumsaha, Swam Adarena Viniveshya Jatankalape, Angi Chakara Bharate Manipada Rakshe, Gudhadhiruda Shiraso Girishasya Kantim. Bharata is now elevated to a different level in this verse. Pada Ambujamat Vigalitam. Pada Ambujat Vigalitam. Ambuja, lotus pada, the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Hey Manipadukas of Bhagavan Sri Rama. Bharata accepted Padukas directly from the feet of Lord Sri Rama on his matted hair and attained the great glorified status as Shankara, Parvati Pati, Umapati. How he attained the status as Shankara? Because Shankara also accepted Ganga from the feet of the same Supreme Lord, Vamana, Trivikrama. So in a sense, Mahatma Deshika says, Bharata became as respectable as Shankara. Bharata also became as respectable as Shankara. because both of them accepted what came from the feet of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. When Bhagavan became Vamana and accepted 3 feet of land from Bali Chakravarti and became Trivikrama, 1 foot of Mahavishnu went all the way up to Brahmalokam. Brahma realized that this is the lotus feet of his father Sriman Narayana who created him. Immediately took the water from his Kamandalam and did Abhishekam. And that Kamandala Jalam of Brahma, which washed the feet of Bhagavan Trivikrama, become the most celestial river, purifying river Ganga. And Shankara accepted that Ganga on his head to get Shivatvam, to get the status of Shubhankara. What Mahatma Deshika is saying here is, if Shankara accepted the water from the feet of Trivikrama and became great as Shiva, in what way Bharata is inferior? In what way Bharata is inferior? Shankara accepted a Ganga on his head that came from the feet of Trivikrama and became Shiva. Bharata also accepted a Padukas that came directly from the feet of Lord Sri Rama. That is the greatness of Paduka Devi. Paduka Devi can elevate a person to the highest level. At one point he says, Unnatanam avanatihi, natanam unnatihi. Imma, do you remember anyone of you that verse? Unnatanam avanatihi, natanam unnatihi. The greatness of Padukas is such. Padukas can make a great person a very humble one. And Padukas can make a very humble person a very great one. How is it possible? You should be able to do only one thing. But here Paduka Devi is doing 2 diabolically opposite things all at the same time. How? However great are the people like Brahma, Rudra, Indra, etc., they become low, they become very humble before Padukas, and they bend and accept Padukas on their head. So, Unnatanam avanatihi, great people have become very humble. And humble people have become very great. And those people who in all humility accept Padukas on their heads are becoming Indra, Brahma and Rudra. The great are becoming humble by surrendering to Padukas, and the humble are by surrendering to the Padukas are becoming great. That is the divine way Padukas can do or act, doing 2 diabolically opposite things which are incompatible with each other. A great man becoming humble, good. But how come Padukas is doing even the opposite also effortlessly? That is the supremacy of Paduka Devi. That is one reason why Vishnu Padukas are so sought after. Avikalamadikartum Rakshani Saptalokya Raghupati Charanena Nyasta Divyanubhavam Abhajata Bharatastvam Anjasa Padarakshe Mani Makuta Niveshe Tyaga Dhanyena Murdna. Tyaga Dhanyena Murdna. Hey Paduka Devi, you got all the power from the divine feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. Where did Padukas get their power? Only from the feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. And Padukas became great to protect all the 7 worlds effortlessly. And Bharata accepted those great Padukas on his head and made the head even more pure by renouncing the traditional gems-studded royal crown. There are 2 things. Accepting Ramapadukas on his head is one thing, but renouncing the traditional gems-studded crown is another thing. And Paduka Devi made him achieve both of them. Because Paduka Devi got all the power from the divine feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. And Paduka Devi can protect all the universes. But the greatness of Bharata accepting the Padukas is the great Padukas made Bharata even reject the traditional gems-studded kiritam of the Ikshvakus. So Paduka Devi can not only make you great, but can you make greater by renouncing the material things. That is the most important thing. That's why in the case of Ramanuja, could you see there are 2 opposite statements? Achyuta padambuja yugma rukma vyamohata tat itarani trunayameni. That Bhagavad Ramanuja is having the greatest desire always to cling on to the real gold called the divine feet of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. Vyamohata means it is a craze. Bhagavad Ramanuja has an unimaginable craving for the divine feet of Lord Sriman Narayana, thinking that the divine feet of Lord Sriman Narayana is the one that can give us real wealth. It doesn't stop there. That you develop a great fancy for Bhagavan's feet doesn't stop there. Saditarani trunayamini, if you really accepted Sharanagati, if you are really following Sharanagati, the proof is you are not only following Sharanagati by accepting the feet of Bhagavan on your head, but you are also rejecting everything material. So the greatness of the Padukas is Padukas made Bharata great by accepting the Padukas of Bhagavan directly. But even Paduka Devi made him greater by rejecting the Simhasanam that he was entitled to because of the boon Kaikeyi had. Could you see? Bharata had 2 advantages. He became great and he became greater. Great by accepting the Padukas, greater by rejecting the traditional Kiritam. Is that clear, man? Ramanuja became great by realizing the real gold I should be craving for is the lotus feet of my Lord Sriman Narayana. It doesn't stop there. That craving for Sriman Narayana, if it is a true for him, for us, for everyone, immediately that should make us even not great, greater. Because that will produce an aversion for any kind of sense gratification, any kind of power, any kind of material benefits, any kind of material glory. So you have double advantage. Are you following it up? Are you following that, Amma? So every one of us, we are answerable to ourselves. You don't have to answer me. You just sit tight. You just start analyzing. Look, I did Sharanagati. I did Sharanagati because I know that Sharanagati guarantees the moksha at the end of this life. When I did Sharanagati, what did I promise to Bhagavan? Mam Madiyancha Nikhram Chetana Chetanatmakam Swakainkaryopakarnam Vrada Svikuru Swayam. That time I promised Bhagavan, hey Krishna, whatever is there belonging to me,
Yeah, I think everybody got disconnected.
I don't know when I logged out. When did it happen? Hello?
Just now, Swamiji.
Just 2 minutes before some.
Okay, how far we have come? Okay, we all did Sharanagati. When we did Sharanagati, what is it, the feeling that we had? Lord Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana is the greatest of the greatest thing that we can achieve. That is one side of it. And after having done Sharanagati, did it take us away from material world, material cravings? We cannot avoid material life, material cravings. You already have 1,000,000. Oh, how can I get 10 more million? You already have a big house. How can I buy one more house? You already have a kilogram of jewelry. How can I buy one more kilogram of gold jewelry? That means how much it is taking us away from material life. That is the proof of real Sharanagati. And Mahatma Deshika says, hey Paduka Devi, your glory I cannot even describe, because by accepting the divine feet of Bhagavan, you became great. And when you are there kept on the head of Bharata, Bharata became even greater. Not only accepting you on his head, the Padukas, divine Padukas of Lord Rama, he even became greater because he renounced other material comforts of becoming a king. So, having got one kiritam on your head, there is no room for another kiritam. Is that clear, Amma? The first kiritam Bharata had is Ramapadukas. Having got Ramapadukas on his head, that he became a greatest Bhagavata is, immediately he rejected the materialistic traditional Raja Kiritam, Raja Makutam. That is the greatness of Padukavi. Is the concept clear, Amma?
Yes, Swamiji.
So all of us, let us do some introspection. Did our Sharanagati help us? Our Sharanagati should help us not only to focus on Bhagavan, that Sharanagati should also help us to shy away from any and all materialistic things. Then only we say, our Sharanagati is working effectively. Say, for example, you buy a car with a lot of latest advanced features. So the car will be useful to you only when you make use of those advanced features. Say you had money, you bought a luxury car, but you don't even know that you can drive even without shoe, that you don't even have to press the accelerator, you don't even have to press the brake. So many features are there, but you are ignorant and you are not using them. You have the money, you bought a luxury car, but you don't know how to get the best benefits out of that car, so you are using it, you are driving it manually. Now come to Sharanagati. You did Sharanagati because that is the greatest thing to do. But the Sharanagati has so many other features, and that you are not making use of it. Because you are not desiring for them. What is the greatest thing that Sharanagati can do? It should take you away from every material desire. Same thing, if it is not happening, that means somewhere, the car is not being fully utilized. The advanced features that are there in the car are not fully utilized. Same thing we did Sharanagati. Great. But all the great things that are there available in that car, we are not making use of. What is the connection here? That Paduka Devi can not only make us great, but that will make us even greater by renouncing anything that is material. So Mahatmas look at things in a different way. Iyam avikala yoga kshema siddhye prajanam alam iti bharatena prardhitam आदरेण रघुपतिः अधिरोहन् अभ्यसिञ्चत् स्वयं त्वां चरणनखमणीनां Chandrika Nirjarena. So, Iyam Adikala Yoga Kshema Siddhai Prayanam. We are trying or struggling hard even to understand Paduka Sahasram. Whereas Mahatma Deshika composed the entire Paduka Sahasram in just a matter of 96 minutes. Imagine what kind of a genius he is. Bharata, he prayed for the Padukas that are capable of looking after the well-being, yoga and kshema of all the people. So, Bhagavan Sri Rama had put them onto coronate the Padukas with the flood of moonlight from his two nails and gave them to Bharata. Does it make any sense to you, man? Emma, this sentence, does it make any sense to you? Let me repeat. Bharat Bharata begged Rama to return to Ayodhya. When Rama is not willing to come to Ayodhya, Bharata begged, at least give me the Padukas, they will be the ruling in your place as regent. Sri Rama gave. Therefore, Bharata prayed for the Padukas that are capable of looking after the welfare of all the people. So Sri Rama put them on. If somebody has to take care of the people, they should be the king. They should have had the Pattabhishekam. Well, Bharata brought the Padukas to Ayodhya and did the Paduka Pattabhishekam. But even before Bharata did Paduka Pattabhishekam, another Pattabhishekam was done to the Padukas. Could you guess it, anyone of you? Bharata took the Padukas from Lord Rama's feet, took them to Ayodhya and did Paduka Pattabhishekam in Ayodhya, Nandigrama. But what Mahatma Deshika says, way before Bharata did Paduka Pattabhishekam in Ayodhya, Paduka Devi had another Pattabhishekam. How? When Rama put them on before giving the Padukas to Bharata, Rama's two nails are so white like moon, and the luster from the two nails of Lord Rama was there like a flood of moonlight that did the Pattabhishekam to the Padukas then and there. Rama's intention in giving the Padukas to Lakshmana, this Padukas already had the Pattabhishekam. Because in the Sankalpam of Lord Rama, he knew that Bharata will not accept the kingdom, he will come, he will take the Padukas have to rule. Therefore, let Padukas go to Bharata as a king after Pattabhishekam. But Rama is in the forest, and how to do Pattabhishekam? Simple, put them on. When Rama put on the Padukas, the two nails of Rama are so white, and the luster from the two nails is like the moonlight that was doing the Pattabhishekam for the Padukas that are to be kept on Bharata's head. See the poetic excellence of Mahatma Deshika. Is that clear, man?
Yes, Swamiji.
You understand now the difference between ordinary human beings' way of thinking and a Mahatma Vedanta Deshika's way of thinking. He will take any small concept and will apply all his genius to make it an unimaginable and most respectful in the entire universe. For all practical purposes, some of you are not having just one pair of shoes. You may have 10 pairs of shoes, 20 pairs of slippers or something like that. They are just ordinary shoes, but Rama's Padukas are also Rama's shoes, but they are so great. How great! Paduka Devi not only had Pattabhishekam in Ayodhya done by Bharata, but even before the Paduka Pattabhishekam is done by Bharata at Ayodhya, Paduka Devi already had a Pattabhishekam. When and where? When Rama put on the Padukas before giving them to Bharata. Bharata felt Bharata's intention of doing Sharanagati is not only just to accept the Padukas, but to give the greatest status to the Padukas. Rama's intention in giving the Padukas is let Padukas rule the kingdom, but not the Padukas, just ordinary Padukas, but the fully coronated Padukas. Whether Bharata does the Paduka Pattabhishekam or not is of no consequence because Paduka Devi already had a Pattabhishekam. How? Rama put them on. The toenails of Rama are looking like moon, and the moonlight is looking like water. And that moonlight that is there looking like water is flooding the Padukas, creating an impression to Rama or to Bharata that the Pattabhishekam of Padukas is already done. My goodness, the way Mahatma Deshika thinks of is way beyond our imagination. Now, in the next verse, Pranayini pada padme gadham aslishyati tvam vidhi suta kadhitam tat vaibhavam te vidantah. Anudinam rushayah tvam archayanti ajnagare Raghupati Padarakshe Rama Giryashtameshu. Mahatma Vedanta Deshika goes, or rather takes the Paduka Devi to another great height, another glorified position. Pranayini Padapadme. Gadham Aslishyati Tvam Vidhi Suta Kadhitam Tat Vaibhavam Te Vidantah Anudinam Rushayah Tvam Archayanti Agni Agare. Raghupati Padarakshe Rama Giryashtameshu. Giryashtamastha. Hey Paduka Devi, of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra, all the great Mahatmas, Sutikshna, Sharabhanga, etc., who are there in the Chitrakuta hills. Small question. Kamala, Sunita, Padma, have you ever gone to Chitrakutam? Imma, have you gone to Chitrakutam? No?
No, sir.
Such a beautiful place where you will see the wonderful river Mandakini, where you will have the great Atri Maharshi's ashramam, where Sita Devi got all her fine saris and jewelry from Anasuya Devi, where there is a beautiful stream inside a cave where Sita Devi could go and have her bath in all privacy. The wonderful tree that Lakshmana Swami climbed to notice the arrival of Bharata with a huge army. And the wonderful place where Bharata met Lord Ramachandra and where Lord Ramachandra has blessed Bharata with the Padukas. That is Chitrakutam. Therefore, the great Maharshis of Sutikshna, Sharabhanga of Chitrakuta hills are worshipping Paduka Devi every day when they light the holy fires, Agnihotram, Nitya Agnihotram. Nitya Agnihotram means it's not that they do Vaidika karmas just one day and forget it. It is Nitya Agnihotram. So when they light their holy fires in their ashramas, they are only worshipping the Paduka Devi because they understood the real glory as explained by the divine sage Vasishta. And who is this Vasishta? Son of Brahma himself, the four-faced creator. And after the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, Sri Rama held you in tight embrace. What do you mean by the supreme feet of Lord Rama held Paduka Devi in tight embrace? Hima, what is the meaning of the lotus feet of Lord Rama holding Paduka Devi in tight embrace? What that is mean, Amma? What does that mean? Emma, anyone of you could understand it? Look at a simple example. A very simple example. Say Nitya is there. Her son is growing up. When her son is ready to go to college, she is happy her son is going to the college. But she is sad. She cannot bear the separation from her son. So, as the son is getting ready to go, what is Nitya doing? She is just hugging her son, and that hug has so much of affection. She doesn't want to leave that hug. That is what it is. Because she cannot bear the separation of her son, even though he is going to the college. Is that clear, Nitya?
Yes, Acharya.
When your son goes to the college, you know he is going for a good reason. You as a mother could not bear the separation of your son. But it is inevitable. He has to go. But what do you do? Just before going, you just go and give a good hug to your son. And that hug is not for 1 second, 2 seconds, or 1 minute. It is for minutes and minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes even. Because you don't want to leave. But for the other people, it looks meaningless. But for you, it makes a lot of sense, right, Nitya?
Yes, Acharyaji.
Same thing. Padika Devi is leaving. Rama is sending Padika Devi. Rama wanted to put on the Padikas one more time and then give. But the lotus feet of Lord Rama are holding the Padikas in such a tight embrace. As much as Padika Devi is not willing to leave Rama's feet and go to Ayodhya, the same amount of affection Rama's feet also had for Padika Devi, because the Padas also are not willing to leave or let the Padikas go. See what a beautiful way Mahatma Deshika thinks of the greatness of Padikas as well as the feet. At another point, Mahatma Deshika says in a very wonderful way, the reason Rama put on the Padikas is Padika Devi begged him, Rama, I'm going to be separated from you for 14 years. Can you send me nicely, Rama, giving me a hug? Good. From that perspective, when Rama put on the Padikas, the feet of Rama doesn't want to leave the Padikas, because the feet of Rama cannot bear the separation from Padika Devi. But on the other hand, what was Padika Devi thinking? When Padika Devi is thinking, Paratantriyam, Rama, you are sending me away. Forget about my pain, Rama. How can I live without you? That pain is my problem, Rama. I will somehow bear the pain. But Rama, what about your feet, Rama? That you will be walking from tomorrow in the wild forest with lots of sharp stones, thorns, etc. Therefore, Padika Devi thought, Rama, put me on for 1 minute, Rama. I will transfer all my energy into your feet, Rama, so that your feet will not be hurt even if you are trampling on thorns or on sharp stones. See, Padika Devi's noble intention in begging Rama to put them on for 1 minute is not for her satisfaction. It is to transfer all her energy to Rama's feet so that they will not be hurt in the absence of the Padikas for the remaining of the 14 years. See what kind of a thinking. Sunita, do you understand what I'm telling? Emma, anybody who could not follow? Do you want me to explain the concept one more time?
Yes, Swamiji, you can understand, Swamiji.
Rama decided to give the Padikas to Bharata. First statement. Padikas cannot bear the separation from Rama's feet. Padika Devi begged Rama to put them on at least once before giving them to Bharata. Indirectly, on the surface of it, Rama, for 14 years I am going to miss you, please put them on. But when Rama put on the Padikas, Rama's feet are not willing to let the Padikas go, because Rama's feet felt such a companion. I didn't want you to mistake me. That's why I gave the example of mother unable to let the son go to the college and holding him in her embrace. Put in a different way, the relationship between Rama's feet and Padikas are wife and husband. It is almost like the wife wants to go to India for a vacation, 1 month, 2 months. The husband cannot live without the wife. So just before the flight, what is the husband doing? He is giving her a good hug. The wife is happy because for the next 1 month she is going to miss him. But the husband, he doesn't want to leave the hug because he doesn't want to let go his wife because he is going to miss her for a month. Imagine the hug between a mother and a son, and imagine the hug between a wife and a husband. See the difference? That is why Mahatma Deshika gives this example. Paduka Devi, you are asking or you are begging Rama to put the Padukas on before giving to Bharata. Is perfectly okay. So, Paduka Devi begged Rama to put on the Padukas once. Paduka Devi's intention, let me transfer my energy to Rama's feet. So that in my absence, Rama has no Padukas, he will not wear. Therefore, Rama's feet will be hurt. Let me transfer all my energy to Rama's feet so that even without Padukas, Rama can still be safe. Rama can still be safe in the forest because Paduka Devi transferred her energy. But the minute Rama put on the Padukas, the feet of Rama do not want to let Padukas go because Paduka Devi is like a Sahadharmacharini, like a wife to the feet, and the husband doesn't want to let the wife go. Could you see that beautifully Mahatma Deshika describes? Is that clear now?
Yes, Swamiji.
Mahatma Deshika has followed so much of Paratantra, unimaginable. Go ahead, Amma. Any questions that you have, Amma?
Swamiji, 4.16 is one of the gem shloka of the Paduka Sastram, right?
What is the one?
4.16. Niyatam adiroha Tvamanadade Shakti Nija Saroja Saroja Shakti
I know. Japa shlokas means you are looking at, oh, you want to fulfill this desire, do this shloka, you want to fulfill, that's what you mean by japa shlokas, right? Emma, am I right?
Yes.
As a good girl, as a one who did Sharanagati, don't think like that. Every shloka in Paduka Sahasram is a japa shloka for us. That's why we chant everything, because a Bhagavata doing Paduka Sahasra Parayanam is not for fulfilling desires. A devotee, a real prapanna doing Paduka Sahasra Parayanam is to enjoy glorifying the Padukas. That's all. Not for any material benefit. Material benefits will automatically follow. But let's not wish for them. Okay, I'll read that. Niyatam adhiroha tvam anadheya shaktim nija charana saroje shakti madhatu kamaha sa kadham itaratha tvam yasya ramo vijahe vijahe drushtata विजहे विजक्रे दृशत भूपचित भूमौ दंडकारण्य भागे. In this verse, what we discussed is given here. Namely, Hey Paduka Devi, it is certain that Sri Rama wanted to have a quick transfusion of divine power to his feet from you. Rama himself wanted. From his own Padukas. That is why he put on his Padukas endowed with such divine power before he hand over the Padukas to Bharata. If not, how could Sri Rama walk the length and breadth of all the various places of Dandaka, Aranya for 14 years without his feet getting hurt either from the thorns or from sharp stones? Very simple. Rama had a transfusion of energy from Padukas to Lord Rama. Therefore, let's wait for Revati and then do Paduka Sahasram again. That's the greatness of Paduka Devi. Go ahead, Amma. Questions?
Sriman Narayana Acharya ji. Acharya ji, Bharata held Sri Rama's Padukas, so he became the greatest of all Bhagavatas, king of the Bhagavatas. We are also keeping the Tiruman of our Lord Acharya ji. How it becomes Padukas of Lord himself, Acharya ji?
Bharata had the unique bhagyam of having directly the Padukas from the feet of Rama. Whereas we are only keeping an image of Bhagavan's feet on our forehead. Bharata kept the direct Padukas on his head. We are keeping Tiruman, we are keeping an image of the feet. We go to the temple and accept Padukas on our head. But these Padukas are made and had Pratishta by touching the feet of Rama. But the Padukas Bharata had are completely worn by Rama and given. So there is a difference there.
Thank you,
Is that
Acharya.
clear, Amma?
Sure, Acharya. Thank you, Acharya ji.
Amma, any other questions you have, Amma? All right, Amma. Amma, we will meet again at 5:30, Amma. 5:30 p.m. for doing continuous Ritam, Amma. Naren.
Yes, Swami. Narayana.